thought, there is nothing worse in this world than homeschooling. Why did I ever consent to this? But that was when I was just some angsty junior, however. Now, as a grown, fully mature, I realize my folly in thinking something so absurd. Anyway, seriously, I do realize now that it was the right choice to stick with homeschooling throughout all 4 years of high school. And I would like to speak today about some different things I've learned during the past 4 years. First off, I have learned that, given the right circumstances, schoolwork can not only be more than mildly interesting, but even, dare I say, entertaining. Strange, I know. A teenager thinking school is actually interesting. Something positive, even. I mean, this PlayStation generation is getting more unpredictable. All joking aside, however, homeschooling has shown me that schoolwork need not be mindless drudgery nor slave labor driven by nagging, shouting, and bullwhips. School, that dreaded monster that snaps you up every morning, rain or shine, and spits you out every afternoon a mangled, beaten, uninspired pile of flesh, may not actually be all that bad. I have found, through exhaustive research in multiple studies, that schoolwork, homework, or whatever else general academic education is labeled, is not an evil to be avoided at all costs, and it may even benefit you in some way. For example, perhaps one of the best things I've learned about homeschooling for high school is that you can fine-tune what you learn during high school to what you want to do in college. Yes, I realize not everyone has had a clear plan of study and academic career since age 11, like myself, but for those of us who do, homeschooling provides a wonderful opportunity to put those pesky subjects like science and math aside and focus on the relevant things, like history, literature, and of course, Latin. And using such great resources as a classical curriculum, local colleges, lectures on CDs, and Mrs. Kane and Mrs. Daly, I have been able to form my academic endeavors around my passion for languages ever since 8th grade, when I took my first Greek class at Augie. However, despite all my various efforts, science and math always seem to sneak up on me, but mostly in the form of all-expenses paid trips to premier locales around across the country, so I don't complain. Usually. In any case, school has proven not only to be benign, but also rather malleable, able to be honed and focused to what you actually want to do. Another thing I've learned is that, as homeschoolers, there are 3, and only 3, questions that you are asked when you say, "Oh, I'm homeschooled." 1, does your mom teach you? 2, do you get to do school in your pajamas? And 3, are you social? These queries haunt every introduction, and it grows increasingly difficult not to respond with some snippy remark like, "Well, if I wasn't social, I probably wouldn't be talking to you now, would I?" But since we're all nice, well-behaved paragons of society, fact now proved by a certain recent national award, we don't say things like that. However, most people don't realize just how obtuse a question, "Are you social?" really is. In any given area, homeschoolers gravitate towards each other. It's the force of nature. Groups like St. Margaret's Fellowship are formed, and soon there are children, large and small, running around, forming wonderful friendships. Take Sam and I as examples. Over 4 years ago, we were both new to the area and pretty much instantly connected. And over the years, we have subsequently shared many of the same experiences together. From writing papers for Mrs. Daly's Writers/Britlit/American-Lit/Government group, to traveling around the country as teammates in Nels Schulstein's troops. And I'm proud to count Sam as one of my friends, and can say that as a result of our friendship, I've experienced firsthand that working out, tinkering with electronics, and PlayStation 2s are wonderful catalysts for male bonding. Moreover, homeschooling has not only provided all the time we have spent together, but it has allowed us to be friends in a way I'm not sure schools can harbor. Sam and I have had numerous conversations about the different curriculum we were using, or about what we like and dislike about the same curriculum. We have helped each other find books to use for various subjects, and we have always been each other's constant companion during any group function we participated in. We have shared numerous meals, and we've carpooled to any number of events. All in all, homeschooling has given us the opportunity to foster a great friendship. And there's one last thing homeschooling through high school has shown me, and that is just how efficient moms really are. I mean, seriously, it's insane. My own mother consistently proves to be a source of astonishment for me, and not just every once in a while, but weekly, daily. She does all the regular mom stuff, like cooking, cleaning, breaking up sibling disputes. At the same time, it's her side work, writing articles for various publications, translating web pages into and from Portuguese, while cultivating and nurturing an absolutely jaw-dropping garden, and still finds time to raise a family, all the while bearing an ever-present smile on her face. And yet, that's only her home life. She always wants to help, and so she becomes involved in organizing and running innumerable events, including this ceremony. Now, this superhuman ability, however, is confined not only to my mother. Seeing as I was involved in almost every possible extracurricular this past year, I got to experience firsthand just how much each and every mother in SMF does to contribute to the group. From Mrs. Winters managing Friday co-op and leading our service group, to Mrs. Jacobs hosting tea nights every month for 4 years, except for this one. But all without a single complaint. To Mrs. Gertis, putting up with my impatience during our recent piano lesson. With all these wonderful ladies, SMF is definitely fortunate to have a capable battalion of matrons, making sure its inner workings are running smoothly. To close, I'd like to offer my thanks to all the people who have been a part of my education and my life over the past 4 years. We're getting to the end, hooray. At the top of the list is, of course, Almighty God. All that is good comes from Him, enough said. Next, my parents. Without your unfailing love and guidance, I would have fallen from the road long ago. My gratitude is eternal, as is my love for you. Next, I'd like to thank all my various outside teachers, who were, to name a few, my dad, Mary Daly, Mike Daly, Caitlin Kane, Nels Trulson, Nancy Gertis, around here somewhere, Catherine Billion, and David O'Hara, who is not present today. Let me say that the knowledge, wisdom, and insight you have shared with me, not only with me, but with everyone in SMF, has inspired me and kept me motivated throughout the years. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone in SMF, young and old, children and adults alike, for showing me how a group of families driven by a common interest can form something so efficient and inspirational as SMF has become. When I felt so rewarded teaching my Latin class at Extended Co-op, or when I laughed at Joe Andreas' expression when he was dissecting that frog at tutoring center. It's on my mother's blog in the archives. I knew that through hard work and much perseverance, the families at SMF had created something good, something beautiful, something that I am glad I was a part of. And what did I learn in high school? Ultimately, I learned that homeschooling was not a good choice. It was the best choice.